Hello and welcome to Cabra Bowls for the Women's Interregion Sides Championship. It's the inaugural year, it is the semi-final, and we're here to see what shapes to be a cracking contest between two powerhouses of bowls in New South Wales, the Illawarra region taking on Metro Northwest. And we're going to be seeing the skips Kay Moran up against Katie Astley. So Kay Moran for Illawarra, Katie Astley for Metro Northwest. Nick Hind is my name. It's fantastic to have your company wherever you're watching around Australia or around the world. The players are just concluding their trial ends. And it's going to be Metro Northwest to get us underway here. So Annabelle Teague, Saylee Jones, Janelle Anlezark, and Katie Astley, and they're going to be up against Karin Balmforth, Janelle Jordan, Sue Moore, and Kay Moran. We're here at Cabramatta, and this is the first ever Women's Interregion Sides Championship. This is the semi-final. And this is a good start from Annabelle Teague. Left-handed Karin Balmforth come into the side yesterday afternoon. Ricky Rose Hampton had been a member of this team, but a substitution has been made. And Karin now leading up here for the Kay Moran quartet. So a nice correction here from Annabelle Teague. A young star, she's very impressive. Andrew Lynn will be joining me throughout the day. We're giving him a little bit of a rest today. He's had a big campaign, the senior interregion. And, of course, the open men's and women's interregion, as well as all the other streaming he's been doing. He's a busy man. Saylee Jones here. She was asked by Katie Astley to draw one round the back. Has done so. Now, Janelle Jordan, she's very close here early. Love to pick up that jack and trail it back. Well, that's a great shot. Jack has moved all the way to the back of the rink there. And that purple bowl of Janelle Jordan is going to be the shot. Still plenty of room for these players to draw. Well, Saylee, she gave it a chance. There was nothing for short there. These greens are starting to find some really good speed after what has been a wet autumn here in Sydney. But very creditable to the green staff here at Cabra. They're running beautifully, as we see. Great shot there. The Illawarra holding a couple more. Jan's going to have something to say about that. Beautifully played. Jan Anlezark has just trotted down there, sat through the shot. Sue Moore here, she's on a good track too, looking to trail this Jack with that pace. Well, slides past, you can see Moran, very complimentary there at the back of the rink. And has been busy early, clapping her hands, urging on her troops. Jan just sliding under there. And Seymour, she was pretty close with the first. She's just thrown it out a little bit higher, so she's missed both sides. And so one shot at least currently to Metro Northwest. So we'll see here, Astley first bowl. Probably looks to be a little bit tight. The speed was very good. So came around, she's had a good assessment, she's been up at the head, looking at what needs to be done. Okay, just turning the mat over, it's still just a little bit dewy this morning. Here at Cabra, it was a cool start. And what shapes to be exciting final day's play here at the Inter-Region Sides Championship. Came around, well, we saw the intent from Sue Moore was there. Kay's very close here. Oh, she's found a nasty hole. Illawarra have had 3 dips at that now and just, well, they've missed one inside, one outside, and one's gone straight through the gate there, so 3 excellent efforts. Astley would love to give this one a friend here. Little touch on the Jack. You might just do it first. Trailed, picked up the Jack. That's gone all the way back into the pit. And for Kay now, it's a very tough assignment. So there's very little room to draw. So okay, she's going to play this almost perfectly. She's going to pinch shot back for Illawarra. It was a nice line. So 3 shots on the first end here to Metro Northwest. And they go jump out to a 3-0 lead. Two fair starts here by our leads. Annabelle Teague just slipping under. Good correction there from Karin. Saylee Jones. He's a real character, always very animated on and off the green. Just sliding past, you can see the positive intent there, looking to get down, draw down to the shot bowl, the dark Karin Balmforth bowl. Saylee just slipping past again, but once again positive. And for Janelle Jordan here, anything inside that orange is good. Anything at the back, well, that gives a bit of cover. Jan's had nice weight there. Could be. Okay, Moran saying no, we still have one. And so does Sue Moore. Just go park one right on top of it, please. A little touch would be excellent. You can hear well done, mate, from Kay Moran there. She's very pleased with that. Sue and Kay have been club mates at Fig Tree for a little while now, although Kay's, of course, on the move before too long. As we see Jan just dropping a little short. For Sue Moore, though, it hasn't really changed the equation. Park another one there and apply some real number pressure early. Well, it's going to be close to a third. For Katie Astley now, it's going to be hard to get to. Any jack movement really isn't going to benefit Metro Northwest. See the purple and the black bowl at the back of the ring there, the to the right of the jack there, they're the shot bowls. So Katie likely looking to beat those. On the backhand, can tip that one in. On the right of picture there at 2 o'clock. You can see Jan was urging it out of the hand. And the indication was only lacking a couple of feet. So for Kay, our plan's going to be very similar to what she called for Sue Moore. This looks a bit firm. Okay, Astley, now this looks a tighter line. It was, but she's probably added 2 metres rather than just the 2 feet that was required. And for Kay now, player of her capability, should be backing herself to draw a third. And has done nicely. Well done, Kay. Watch that last bowl come to rest. They've taken 2 out. And Seymour being asked to go get that third. You want it? You go find it. So I'll keep an eye out the window here. See. Confirm that was 3 shots. So Illawarra and Moran answering back immediately. Dropping a 3 the first end, picking up 3 the second. So 21 ends here. Each rink. The aggregate scoreboard is all that matters. And we saw yesterday a couple of the the quarterfinals at I was at Mount Lewis yesterday. There was one where the players shook hands with 4 ends to go, so they don't need to go the whole distance if it does become mathematically impossible. Annabelle Teague, she's picked up the weight very nicely early. Has yet to nail the line. Karin Balmforth, well, this looks pretty good here. Andrew Lynn did say to me this morning, despite the prodigious talents of Ricky Rosehampton, that this Illawarra side doesn't lose anything by having Karin Balmforth there. So Annabelle just overcorrecting slightly. So Saylee Jones, she's been just a little bit firm so far, and maybe that's in her head. Finished consistently, a metre past the jack. Oh, Janelle Jordan's got Kay very interested here. Just slipping past into a good home. Favourites 2 shots currently to Illawarra. Saylee might have something to say about this though. Well, it's going to be very close for number 1. You can see Kay, she's very expressive with how she demonstrates to her troops. This is the shot I want you to play. You can be under, get down to the last bowl, get down to the jack, pursue more. Well, a nice attempt. And for Katie Astley, yeah, similar sort of plan, very expressive. The call was if you get down and sit that last Sue Moore bowl, you'll be very close to shot. Doesn't want jack movement now, well that's a little bit unlucky. Two shots now to Illawarra. So Jan and Katie having a good discussion there. What shot do you want me to play? And importantly, what sort of weight? Katie was calling for weight just to get to a metre past. Well, she's gone and clapped off a few at the front there. Little touch. Well, they're high-fiving at the other end of the rink. We'll see which one the shot bowl is that could be an infamous double hopper here. Watch that bowl again. This was last bowl from Jan. And you can see Katie early calling for it to hold, but there was a lot of good results that were going to happen out there. A couple of kisses. Back down onto the jack. And now for Kay. Well, just wants to reach up and pop that jack through the hole. Playing the left-handed forehand. She's trotting after this one pretty early. I reckon she's in some sort of an area here. Well, contact gets her own out. Is it going to flop back down? Well, it may still be one to Jan. She's remarkably hung around in there. But it's a pretty lonely looking one. I think for Katie Astley it's going to be really important to get something else in that head or get that jack moving. See. Katie playing forehand. That tells me she's just looking to get another one in there. Well, she's tipped that ball down, so that's definitely taken the measure out. And you can see there the indication from Cabramatta was that she was wanting to go quite firm at that. Lots of ways to win. They've got lots of seconds and thirds there, the Illawarra side. And Jack to the back of the rink is only going to benefit with the way that head's lying. It's okay, yeah. Firm, aggressive track probably doesn't have the firm, aggressive weight to match. Well, she's bounced off the outside one, but that's not going to do anything. So Jan, so to Katie, probably play it the other way and probably leave that ride alone. Yep, practice drawing to the tee. So one shot it is to Metro Northwest. And they lead 4-3 after 3 ends on this streaming rink, and the big board is theirs too, 6-5 through 7 ends. And Metro Northwest straight away going for long. And Teague just jumping on. It's a fair start. There'll be a few outside that I favour. Well, that's a good start there. Karin Balmforth, she's come into this game and started brightly. Always hard coming off the bench in these events. But for Karin, that's been an admirable beginning. And there's some players, some squads have had a few twists and turns, chops and changes. I was at Cabramatta on Saturday, and I was watching the women's interregion in action there. 2 full greens. It's great to see. But we had seen some changes even for winning combinations. This was one of them. Katie Astley's side looked a little bit different on Saturday morning to what it does now. Well, Saylee's just gone and bumped into Teague there. Well, Janelle's out on a good track. Okay. Kay liked it from a long way out. That's going to be 2 shots. Saylee Jones. Well, she's played that really nice weight. That's going to be number 1, I favour. Slid under. But Janelle doesn't have to do much to tidy this up for Illawarra. She can afford to be a little bit positive and can afford to be a little bit tight. Get through her own bowl onto the jack, get down to that last bowl of Saylee Jones. Something just like this. That's a beautiful bowl. I've got the replay button working hard here. Kira's going to find there should be some good hot shots today. We've got some fabulous action coming your way. Of course, this afternoon's broadcast, we're going to be bringing you the men's inter-region final. So we'll bring you some updates from the other matches as they come in. I'm sure Andrew will be sending one of the gophers around to fill in our spreadsheet for the rolling scoreboard. Now Sue Moore. Well, she's played a pretty good two here. This is excellent from Sue. They're playing some bowls here. Illawarra. This was the one from Janelle Jordan that's really set this up. She played beautiful weight. Got down to Saylee and turned it out. Made a good number. Katie's gone and had a good look at that, and she's asking for a bit more aggression here. So Jan on the backhand. Well, it's a very aggressive line. But I can see why there was some bowls. The way that jack was going to go, or a spill or a kill, was likely going to benefit Metro Northwest. And that's been identified by Skip Moran. Get something over there to help cover that up. But one still feels jack movement to the back of the rinks. Likely to be what Katie Astley is going to be looking at here. Big bright smile there. She's had a few words of encouragement. And lining up to play what looks to be big weight here. Astley, oh, she didn't like it out of the hand. He's got the power, but you can see they're having a bit of a chat at the back of the rink there, the Metro Northwest skips. I favour that Sam Ferguson that she's talking to, but I wouldn't want to bet my house on it. So, of course, the twin Sam Ferguson and Nat Lewis. Some other skips here for Metro Northwest. So, let's see, I think Okay, running for cover here. Gets a turn through Sue Moore. Well, it might dissuade a little bit. Big weight. Again, there's a few for that Jack to bounce off at the back of the rink there, and there's a few now. If the Jack gets sliced, that it doesn't necessarily benefit Metro Northwest. So you can see Katie wanting to be crystal clear here with Jan Anlezark. What the shot's going to be, what the weight's going to be that needs to be played. So a bit more control here. Well, Jan's body language is telling us she wants that to move. Just left it a fraction short. Strong attempt there from Katie Astley. And now Moran, well, she can bump into the purple and white at the front there. That's going to really benefit Illawarra. That one works too. One, two, three, four. Well, that's a good collect there for Illawarra. It's four's been claimed. And Sue Moore wants to have a look for the fifth. So definitely 4 shots, potentially 5. I think Jan Anlezark's body language was saying that it's only 4. Yes, it is. So good collect there. Moran 7-4. Hits the lead in this one. Metro Northwest, though, they are leading 13 shots to 9. I'll make sure I do a little lap round all the scoreboards. And keep everybody up to date. So Diane Davis, she's picked up a good score on the far rink there. At the same time, so she's picked up a 5. So a couple of good collects here for Illawarra in a row. And they've hit the front. So, I trust you're enjoying this competition wherever you're watching around Australia or around the world. Nick Hind is my name. Andrew Lynn's having a breather this morning, giving the tonsils a well-deserved rest. And do let us know where you're watching around Australia or around the world. Watching out of the UK, watching from Camden RSL, it's only down the road. Watching from Austral, again only down the road. There's a good smattering of fans in the house here today, as well as online. Back to work, of course, for many being Monday. We see another good bowl there. Karin, she started really strong. Annie Teague's so highly regarded, and you can see why. But for Karin Balmforth, there's no fear here. And Janelle Jordan Just missing the line, so close early. 63 ends the master board, is the full trip. So for Illawarra, they've had a very strong campaign so far. And a lovely bowl there, Saylee Jones. Oh, she's starting to play a few at important times here. So Illawarra, they won both their sectional games. They did actually play against Metro Northwest in their section, and it was a 61-57 victory. And, well, what a bowl there, Janelle. Bowl through bowl. Saylee's played a couple of great bowls the last few ends, and she's not been able to hold on to shot for more than a bowl. And the girl's having a good giggle down there. Saylee asking, what have I got to do to hang on to shot? Well, play something like this. Is she going to pull up in time? It stayed on. It's not a shot, but it's 2 seconds now to Metro Northwest. So we see Sue and Kay having very animated conversations. She's such a spirited competitor, Cameron. Always up and about. And then yes, to progress here, so Illawarra, they had a very close victory for just 5 shots yesterday afternoon over Northwest region. Metro Northwest were too good for Metro Southeast in their quarter-final yesterday. They ran out comfortable winners, 66 shots to 49. And that was largely led by, well, a couple of good victories, Katie Astley and Sam Ferguson. Jan just slipping past there. Perhaps just a hair quick. And Sue Moore. Opportunity to add on. Look to have scooped that one a little bit out of the hand. And now, Jan just overcorrecting slightly. Gee, she was close with the first. Val Mackenzie's watching from Ballina. Welcome to all our friends on the Northern Rivers. We trust everybody wherever you're watching around New South Wales. You've stayed safe through all the weather that we've seen. There's been some flooding, and sadly and challengingly for our competitors, a couple of the squads weren't able to be here, and due to their local areas and all the water that they've seen. So trust wherever you're watching, you've been able to stay warm and dry. Jason Pinnock, good to hear you, Mr. Hind. Well, great to hear from you, Chase. Good luck in your next adventure. So Jason Pinnock, of course, who you'll hear this weekend, doing the Platinum Pennant Grand Final. So Kay, he just needs to slip past to add on. I'm not sure if she's in or not. And Katie's gone and had a good look and a good discussion there. Yeah, so Just a reminder, Platinum Pennant Final Series coming up this weekend here at Cabra Bowls. So, what's the best bowls in the world? Round 11 on Thursday. One from 1 p.m. So, lots coming up here. And of course, Jason Pinnock will be calling all the action for you this weekend for the Platinum Pennant Round 11 and finals here at Cabra. Katie, I favoured she had good speed there. It's a tricky hand, a long way out. Sue's suggesting there's probably a shot in there to add on, and while adding on also deny Katie Astley the opportunity to get a shot on the left-handed forehand here. So coming under that front bowl, turning anything up, well, it was probably a bit quick. Katie Astley, can she correct? The speed I favoured was very good on the last. The line, well, she's clipped off a couple of bowls there. Moved things around, hasn't moved things enough to cut the count down. So we'll just wait for confirmation on the scoreboard. There, I think it might have only been one in the end. So Illawarra, one it was. So good for Kay. Sam Ferguson next door though, she's really carrying the weight here for Metro Northwest. She's leading 8-0 over Illawarra's Leanne Smith. And then 7-3. Diane Davis for Illawarra leads Natalie Lewis for Metro Northwest. So that's got us locked up. It's 15 all, 15 ends. They look pretty well matched, these two squads. And as I bring in the rolling scoreboard so you can see all around the rinks what's going on. So our semi-finalists here in the women's inter-region competition. We've got these two squads here. And then Metro Southwest up against Greater Newcastle next door. So Andrew's been out updating scoreboards. And remarkably in the men's semi-finals, it's very similar. It's Greater Newcastle in the men's, also up against Metro Southwest. They're down on the bottom green. And Metro Northwest are taking on Metro Southeast. So 3 of the Metro regions and Newcastle in the men's competition. 2 of the Metro regions, Illawarra and Newcastle in the women's competition. You can find all those results online. It's results.bowlslink.com.au or download the Bowls Now app. So probably the loosest start we've seen from all our competitors here, as the bright sun starts shining over us here in Western Sydney. We're here at Cabra, and this is the inaugural Women's Inter-Region Sides Championship. Saylee Jones has drawn number 1 for Metro Northwest. And Sue Moore looking to respond. Sue Moore doing more than looking, Sue Moore responding. Anlezark now. It's a tightish line. A bit tight for pace too. Cody O'Keefe asking on the stream, the sun, yes, it's remarkable. We haven't seen a lot of it at Bowls New South Wales events this cycle. But I can assure you, there's no Photoshop, no doctoring of these images. The shadows are being cast by the players. And we've got a beautiful day here for everybody. Currently 13 degrees, partly cloudy. There's a suggestion there might be a little shower this evening, but Favour will get through okay, as Jan... Well, there's a few in the argument there. There's Saylee Jones on the wing on the right of picture. The 2 purple and white bowls of Sue Moore, and then that dark bowl of Jan at the back of the ring. I think I like Sue Moore at the front for number 1. And yeah, Sue's saying finishing jack eye inside that blue will count. So that's what we're going to see here. Kay looks to be running very nicely. Well, it's going better than that. The lovely bowl here from Kay. And what that does is it puts some significant pressure on Katie Astley. You feel whoever was first to get to that jack was likely to give themselves a really prominent position in this head. And okay, Moran true to form. Has just gone and plonked one on magnificently there. Forcing Katie Astley to play backhand. She's got a nice port though to get down to the shot pole, get down to the jack. Little touch down the line's okay. The dark bowl at the back of the rink there, that is a Metro Northwest bowl. Katie just wanted to hang. Gets to the jack. Well done, Katie. Not exactly the way that she would have drawn it up, I'm sure, but when you play good weight and put it in good areas, this is what can happen. Just a little slide off the front, gets all the way to the jack, makes shot. And now for Kay, well, we can see what she's indicating there. She looks to be wanting to play on her backhand again. She can get down between the orange bowl and the white. That's the white and purple of Seymour. Get down to her own second shot. She can potentially push Katie Astley out and make two. Any jack movement, those, you know, there is some danger here. That jack goes straight back down the line. Maybe two down, but I think at this stage of the game it's not a diabolical risk. And well, this is a good area if we can just hang about. Well, not to be. And for Katie Astley now, relatively low risk if she, so long as she gives it plenty of air. So you can see the communication that she's got with her. The third with Jan has been crystal clear. How am I getting there? What am I doing to get there? What's my risk? And now she was entitled to play that conservatively and did so. One shot it will be to Team Astley, one shot it'll be to Metro Northwest. It's 8-5 to Moran on this rink after 6 ends. And Annie Teague gets the chance to set her length. One feels that's probably pretty important at this stage of the game. Metro Northwest haven't had the running over the last few ends. And Illawarra have picked up a shot next door. So Leanne Smith's on the board. And then on the far rink it's now 10 shots to 3, so Illawarra holding a 3-shot lead on the master board, and that's the only one that counts. Rink wins are nice, but at this stage of the competition, they're somewhat meaningless, unless, of course, all three of them get up, and then, well, you know you've had a good day. Saylee Jones, well, this looks to be well weighted. Oh, I just didn't quite go the trip. I like that track out of the hand. Seymour's up at the head here. And has been pushed out of the road there by Cabramatta and said, no, this is the shot I want you to play. And Janelle Jordan, a little scrub off that would have been handy, but finishing nicely at the back of the rink. You can see here Kay explaining her thought process to Seymour. There's a few more ways to win on that hand, she feels. Now, Saylee, this is a tighter line. If she's added a metre, that'll be really good. Saylee Jones, well done. And now for Janelle. Shot hasn't really changed too much. Something to run into. Well, flops back off. That was the black bowl there of Karin Balmforth. Saylee holding one. Katie Astley's asked, just go park one round the back, please. Don't cross the line. Get to the 2 metre mark. Well, not exactly what was called for, but gives some cover at the back of the rink. And you can see there that blue bowl shining brightly next to the jack. That's number 1. That's Saylee Jones for Metro Northwest. But any jack movement you can see going straight back towards Kay, who's basking in this beautiful sunshine here this morning at Cabramatta. Firm, aggressive track here from Seymour. Looks pretty close. Looks very close. Seymour, she's played an absolute stunner there. But for Katie Astley, well, she said, Jan, I've just shown you how to do it. Give me something very similar. Now, Jan's on a very aggressive track here. She's got an orange pole to promote at the front. That's Annabelle Teague that goes up, up, up. And still one down. So the skip's getting really animated here. And it's been a pleasure to watch in action here. Moran, she's really deliberate about what she's calling. Leaves her troops under no uncertainties as to where she needs to be putting bowls. And again, just perhaps a little bit firm. Now at the back of the rink, there's a Saylee Jones bowl. And there's a black bowl of Jan Anlezark. And there's a kill as well available, so I favour Katie won't be short. Through the orange at the front. Get down, get the edge of the white and purple. Yeah, real positive weight. A few ways to win there. It's a really hard speed to absolutely nail, but well, we've got a player of her capability. Now, once again, Katie Astley has just been absolute class across this event. She was good enough to help us out with some photography the other day, Katie Astley. So just, you know, a true professional in what she does on the green and off the green, helping out Kira, taking some good photographs at Cabramatta Diggers the other day. We thank them and Club Mount Lewis for their ongoing support with hosting these events. Well, what it does is chuck another one at the back of the rink. Not in favour. It doesn't offer any additional protection. Looks to be on a tighter line here. Can this swing enough? You can see, well, there's big smiles there from Katie. Astley goes, oh, I was not quite there. They've got their game faces on, but there's plenty of good spirits, camaraderie. And I favour once again that Kay, she's not going to play any risks there. That was a practice to get to the very back of the rink. She didn't want to go near that. And one shot it's going to be to Moran and her Illawarra quartet. They lead this rink 9-7. And they lead the masterboard, most importantly, by 20 shots to 16. As I look out the window here, it's now 10-4 for the Nat Lewis rink and 9-1 to Sam Ferguson in her match against Leanne Smith. So what that does, that sets up the big board to be 20 shots to Illawarra, 18 shots Metro Northwest. And just looking out the window there, so Newcastle 13, currently trailing Metro Southwest 19 in the other women's semi-final. So action aplenty here at Cabra. Does look as though bingo's about to start next door, so I'm going to go shut the door in a moment to make sure that we're not getting the bingo call through the background. Right, so having shut the door, make sure that I'll keep bringing you all the action here rather than the bingo numbers. Nick Hine is my name. It's fantastic to be with you wherever you're watching around Australia or around the world here. This is the 2024-25 Inter-Region Sides Championship. This is the inaugural Women's Inter-Region Sides Championship, and we're watching Saylee Jones here. Just go sailing past, but Annie Teague on this slightly shorter length. She's set up nicely, holding 2 shots currently. The young star and a recipient of some Commonwealth Games funding recently at the Wales New South Wales Junior Championships. Katie saying to Saylee Jones, it's still there for you, mate. Okay. And calling Seymour. Just trail it off on the backhand. See, bright sunshine here at Cabramatta. Well, Sue hangs around for the shot. That's going to work nicely too. Warm applause from the back of the rink there. Karin Balmforth. She was happy with that. An opportunity here for Jan. Oh, she played good speed. I feel with the size of that head, probably a 3 or 4 bowl target. Okay, would really like some jack movement here. Cover it up, tidy it up. Or protection. Yep, well that's what we've seen all the way to the back of the rink. Not giving Jan an opportunity to just go charging at it with impunity. Well, that was an Illawarra bowl that's been turned up and turned onto the centre line. A metre pass. That's a really good home there for Illawarra. They'll be pleased that they've got that one in there now. Katie Astley, though, probably less pleased that it's another one that they're going to have to navigate with. You can see Katie and Jan having a animated discussion about what the next plan is, what the next shot's going to be. So, okay, well, she's got the back of the rink covered. Can she get to the jack now and really cover it over? Well, I think if you're Katie Astley, you need to go look to do some damage here. Could be as many as 3 down, but it's a pretty broad target. The plane goes overhead and you can see that's what approaches Katie Astley. So, not as much venom as I would have thought. She's crashed off the wing and sat back in a good home at the back. That's probably improved things for Metro Northwest. Chance to potentially dribble the jack through. There's just enough of a hole there between the shot bowl of Moran at the front and what looks the white bowl. From this angle, it looks to be the purple bowl from the back of the rink there, but that's Sue Moore. I think a little jack trail looks very likely to be the next shot being played by Katie Astley. And so in prevention of that, okay, I'd love to get off. Park one right at the back there. Take that away. It's just slid past. So Jan's saying there's a little split available there. Tickle the jack through. Big moment one feels in this game. We're a third of the way. And Illawarra just start to feel like on this rink they're starting to hold the ascendancy. Well, Jan's very interested in this. You can see why. Just going to slide underneath. Rocks around. Favour 2 shots still to Illawarra. 1, 2. And Anlezark is saying Katie is number 3. The players agree. Illawarra pick up 2. Moran 11 now leads Katie Astley 5. And, well, they're playing some great bowls here. And Moran doesn't have to touch that. Well, we're going in for a very specific drink at Jindabyne when that happens. And it's a bit stronger than a cup of tea, which I'm currently reaching for, but I'm seeing some really good bowls being played here. As you'd expect, this is the semi-final of the Women's Inter-Region Sides Championship. This is the first edition of this competition, and it's been fantastic. I've been speaking with a lot of the players over the past 2 days. I've been at Cabramatta and at Mount Lewis, and for the women it's been such a great opportunity to get together in their regions, and for some of these players to learn about what it takes to compete at the highest level. I've been saying for a long time, you know, a rising tide lifts all ships, and the standard for women's bowls across the regions is only going to improve by having these opportunities now available to them. So it's been a fantastic initiative, and the players are loving it. We're loving bringing you all the action here too. It's been 3 very exciting days. So Nellie Lewis, she's picked up a 4 in recent ends. And Sam Ferguson, she just keeps on keeping on. So with that all added up now, all tallied up, it's Metro Northwest with a 1-shot lead. Now Saylee Jones. Well, Saylee, she's been playing some really good bowls in recent ends, and it feels like she's getting picked on a little bit out there, because every time she parks something anywhere near that jack, it's being promptly removed. And whether it's been Janelle Jordan or whether it's been Sue Moore, they've not been very kind to my friend here, Saylee Jones. This looks to be better weighted here from Saylee. This looks to be much better weighted. Well, wanted to hang around and grab the jack. Might be good enough for number 1. What that does do though is give Sue Moore a nice little seat. Jan just seeing that one go floating past. Seymour, this looks to be a good track to get a result. Well, there's a nasty hole there. She had a few ways to win though. Contact through the front was good for Illawarra in that situation. Now Jan Anlezark. Has likely overcorrected. But it might be a bit of a nuisance there, just in the eye. Moran. So you can see the blue bowl and the black are the two that are in contention. So for K, really either or. Turn the black bowl up or reach the blue and turn that out. And this is the one from Jan's that I said might be in the eye, in the line. Well, she's just steered past. And still, and I don't know from Seymour. Yeah, so Jan's pretty confident that she's got number one. And there's Seymour saying, well, it just flopped over. You nearly got enough of it. But I think for Katie Astley here, she can just try to draw on the forehand. Doesn't necessarily want to be trailing the jack down the line, but just drop her nose on it. Little touch makes two. Just you can see out of the hand she felt like it never quite had the run, and a shake of the head, player of her capability, she feels as though she could have done perhaps a little bit more there. I think she's a hard marker, but you don't get to you don't get to Katie Astley's level without being a hard marker on yourself. And really strives to do her best, to be her best. And has been someone who's been massively impressive, both on and off the green, Katie Astley. So you see here a bit more attack from Kay, wanting to get to the shot. Well, that's very fortunate. She's whacked up a short bowl. The jack's bounced. Here we go, you can see a short bowl there of Saylee Jones. Got onto the jack, bounced the jack forward. And it's now Illawarra holding one. But for Katie Astley though, the one good side of this is it's actually easy to make a number now. Any jack movement, little trail could be 4 for Metro Northwest here. So just confident backhand draw. Really nothing for wide. You can sit on that black bowl of Karin Balmforth. But jack movement would be really optimal. Which I favour she's short here. Well, it was just a little bit tight. Wasn't short in the end, just a little bit tight on that line. And a lucky one it was to Illawarra. So Moran goes out to a 12 shots to 5 lead on this rink. That levels up the big board at 23-23. And for Karin Balmforth, chance to get the jack back. Chance here for Illawarra. So Moran doing a lot of the heavy lifting this rink. Really keeping Illawarra in the fight. And it's a great start there from Karin. So Diane Davis, she's picked up another shot on the far rink. So 11-8, she leads. All very important at the moment, these shots. But it's 12-1 to Sam Ferguson on that middle rink, and that's the one that's looking to be doing the damage here for Metro Northwest. So just one shot in at 27 ends completed. 63 is the full trip. You see Annie Teague just slipping past. One favours there's going to be more and more pace in this surface as the day progresses. Well, this is a nice bowl. Janelle Jordan, she's playing very well today. Has probably had the better of Saylee Jones just in terms of consistency. Saylee has played a few absolute crackers though, but has struggled to hold on to it. It's a hard school here at the Women's Interregion Sides Championship. Illawarra and Metro Northwest having a cracking contest. Janelle's got that one up and over. That's probably 3. To Illawarra. Saylee, well, this is got to run the trip now. Katie urging it on. It's probably, let's cut one out, yeah. Just the 2 is the call there from okay. And Sue Moore, she's playing well here. That's number 1. Nothing for short here now. Anlezark. Well, it's a confident line. Can she get all the way to the jack? Jan. Yes, she can. That's beautifully done. Oh, I said nothing for short. And she's come in and played an absolute cracker at a really, really important time. See more now. Well, that was urged in there from Kay. A tricky one here for Katie Astley to call. She's saying, well, what do you see? I don't really like you on either hand. So the girls are just sort of having a meeting in the middle of the rink. And they're going to say, well, what do you like? How are we going to get a number here? This is a really close game. Seymour getting plenty of applause there. Kay having a good chat with her troops up on the bank. Here's where we need to be. Because what that last bowl's done, while it's not shot, it's made it really, really hard for Jan to freely get another shot. This is tight. Yeah, straight out of the hand. She said, no, I need to be out a bit wider. Well, fortune favours the brave there, but she hasn't necessarily improved things, though. And for Kay, well, she told the girls, this is what I'm doing. Going to be firm at this. Turn through the purple and white onto the jack. I'll get to the jack myself. Get down to the orange. Kerry asking if the other gamers, I've just reminded our little helpers that they need to be updating that for me, so that's been done. Really close contest over there too. Greater Newcastle and Metro Southwest, only one shot in that. Well, Kay, that's pretty loose for a player of her capability. Wasn't a lot of bend out there though, so she'll look to adjust, try again. Katie Astley now. There might be an opportunity on the forehand to edge the black bowl across. Of Jan Anlezark. Or even just finishing past. Anything behind this jack, behind this head. Get to the pit, that's what Jan's urging for. Didn't need a heap more. Oh, it's okay, Moran here. So any correction in line. She's backed the weight off a little bit too. Big chance of getting Seymour up and over. Well, she's played that absolutely sensationally. Well done. And now, well, if you Katie Astley, this was the importance of getting that first one past the jack. You know, she doesn't have anything at the back of the rink now. And, well, the angles make it look like it's going to be really hard for a kill. And really hard for anything but purple bowl to sort of go with it. It is not a toucher though, so if the purple bowl goes into the ditch, it will not count. So I expect that this will be pretty firmly weighted, enough to get the purple and white bowl of Sue Moore into the ditch. And if that's happening, then the jack's going in too. And it could be as many as 3 shots if you can pull this off here. Katie Astley and Metro Northwest. So we're going fairly quick up on the backhand. Contacting white and purple. White's quick, all right. Jan very quickly got in the road of the camera. And 1 down. So Illawarra, well, Moran just keeps on coming up with these absolutely brilliant shots. And what that's doing is it's seeing off somewhat the big challenge that the Sam Ferguson rink has been producing. Sam Ferguson leading Leanne Smith 12 shots to 1. So Leanne Smith for Illawarra, Sam Ferguson for Metro Northwest. Diane Davis and Nat Lewis had locked in a really good tussle there. There's only 3 shots in that match. But it's a really, really good contest here. The big board, it's at 25 all currently. Kay's looking around though. There might be some results on neighbouring rinks. And as soon as there is, I will update our board. And there has been one. And it's Sam Ferguson picking up another 4. So Metro Northwest just edging ahead. But you can see Moran, she's working her shoulders out there. She's carrying a bit of a load today. But these women are bringing us some fantastic bowls. As we go here at Cabramatta. It's a good effort again from Karin Balmforth, the substitute. So Ricky Rose Hampton did come out yesterday afternoon. Karen's come in and she's been leading up admirably thus far. Well, rare miss there from Janelle, and a rare miss giving an extra shot to Metro Northwest. Now Saylee Jones, she slides past that. That's number 1. Bit of a target building though now. No silly weight, but plenty to run into to get good outcomes for Illawarra. Looks a little bit too tight. We'll wait and see what happens with a couple of bounces. Neil asking, is Ricky okay? Yes, no, nothing wrong with Ricky, but just clashing commitments. So being only a youngster, doesn't necessarily have the opportunities for leave like some of us might get. So yes, clashing commitments for Ricky. So Saylee there, so it's another good one. Fairly tight head building. Just a few, a little bit short. Favour Seymour will do something about that. Jump in and grab this jack. Well, that's the right sort of speed. Yeah, so Katie's saying, you play the forehand. You're under to get the Illawarra bowl. You're around, covers us at the back. You get through the pack. It'll turn something onto the jack and make it a little bit harder. Well, wide was about the only place that there wasn't a result there for Jan. You can see Jan pretty keen to get on the mat and have another chance at this. So Katie, yeah, just confident call again. Don't miss high. Oh, she's not missed high. Jan's after this. Gets all the way to that shot. Yes, beautifully done. That's sat in a great home. And yes, giving herself a good rev up on the way down. As you can see here, gets that one out, and you can see Katie wanted it to flop back. The arm goes in the air from Jan. She's having a good time. Big bowl here in the context of this match from Kay. Could be as many as 4 or 5 down. That's just dropped in a bit short. Nat Lewis has picked up a 3 next door, so it's all tied up between Natalie Lewis and Diane Davis. 11 all that match. Sam Ferguson continues doing the damage for Metro Northwest. She's leading confidently. But Kay's doing a lot to keep Illawarra in this match. With the opportunity for a big collect here for Metro Northwest, it might just start to see scoreboard pressure escalate. Well, Katie might get in the road there. It's likely a nuisance. Not sure if that was necessarily plan A, but what that does do is it doesn't give Kay an unobstructed run down towards the jack. There is a black bowl you can see there. That's exactly where the jack's going to go if Kay can land on the jack. But for now, it looks to be still at least 4 shots to Metro Northwest at a really important time in this contest. Kay's going very direct at this. And I feel that's that nuisance value of the last one from Katie Astley. Got in the eye and made Kay play A shot that was maybe a bit more direct, trying to just whack that pack, clean a few out. And for Katie now, draw to beat the orange. Jan asking that one to get down. Well, the speed was really good. Really, really good. Going to see how many get taken out here. See more. Having a look here. 3 have come out already. And that bowl at the front of Moran is the one that could be holding out of potentially 2 or 3 more. That's 4. And Jan's just going to double check here. She'd love to find a 5th. No, the tape won't stretch. So 4 shots it is to Metro Northwest and Team Astley. That's valuable for this rink. But what it's also done is that's really valuable for the overall, for the big board. A couple of good collects here in recent ends from Metro Northwest, and they're starting to stretch a little bit of a lead. It's only been 1 or 2 shots either way throughout this contest. But now out to 11 shots. And very quickly back into 10. Leanne Smith, importantly, has claimed an end against Sam Ferguson. So I'll have a look here. This is Karin Balmforth. A short step, very low. Speed's good. Annie Teague now. Quick on the mat. Blindingly white shoes. They're only brand new of 2 days ago. And he's just slid past. Oh, Saylee just asking for this one to pull up. So a couple now to Illawarra. Okay, we're getting the troops together. Make sure that they're staying switched on, staying focused. Saylee, she's dialed the weight in nicely here. That's very well tidied up. Gets in, gets number 1. Oh, Janelle's on a fair line here too. Yeah, well done. Got the jack back far enough a favour for 1, yes. The index finger goes in the air from Kay. It says we'll have that. The black bowl at the bottom of the rink will be number 1 for now. And yes, okay. As always, clear instructions for Seymour. Give yourself a chance at the jack. Give yourself a chance by finishing past. I speak often about having a fixed reference point. Yeah, draw to the tee here. That's really the option. Looks a little bit undergrassed out of the hand. And yeah, Jan, well, and that's an Illawarra bowl that's gone up. Better hear from Seymour. Much better here from Seymour. That's excellent. Excellent. Well done. Katie having a good look here. I'll favour to see whether the orange or the purple bowl is third shot. That's the other view, so not easy to tell. From our angle, from we're up here, we're in the boardroom here at Cabramatta. We're seeing Katie just need to slip past the white and purple bowl of Seymour there to make another foot would have done it to make shot. Well, Janelle sort of showing where another shot is there, but really don't want to frame this up. There's a couple of catches at the back of the rink there for Metro Northwest. And sitting jack high out to the side's not going to do much. Other than create a target. This is better. That's finishing a good home. Filled that hole. Made it harder to get the jack through. And potentially counted. So, pressure on Katie once again. Well, she's watching this one intently, stalking down the rink. Jan urging it in. She's done it. Katie Astley, take a bow. That's a superb bowl. Well, and if you're Kay, something pretty similar to your first will work. Replace that last bowl of Katie Astley. Trail the jack. There's still a chance for a 3 here for Illawarra. But what a telling bowl that was from Katie Astley. It's just going to be under the line. And one shot goes the way. Let's have a look at this shot again. Katie Astley with all the pressure on was able to draw an absolute beaut. And Jan, of course, well, she's showing plenty of colour, plenty of character. Well, there's a good go there. First bowl, just going to belt that jack around. Move to the back of the rink. I'll see if you can do it again here. Karin going to persevere with the backhand despite that short bowl of Annabelle Teague. Has navigated that well enough. That speed was an issue, so one shot. I feel that Karin's probably been winning this leads battle. But Saylee starting to play a few more telling bowls here for Metro Northwest, and that's really helped get Katie Astley and Jan back into this contest. Janelle Jordan, well, she's on a good track here. That's 2 to Illawarra. Lewis has hit the front on the far rink. 15 shots to 11, so Saylee here looking for contact there, just missed it all. Well, Janelle gets a little touch there. That's really good. That bowl in the ditch for Janelle Jordan is going to stay live. The jack is pretty well hidden. As well, we can see Katie saying, give yourself a chance. Through or under the orange, down to the jack, down to the shots. Permission to lose this one. And try that the other way, largely now. Okay, letting Seymour know that you can play this quite freely. First thing is getting past tee. Make sure you get into the back of the rink. That's the first part done. And done well, Seymour. Well, that's a super bowl. really hard to get at this jack. I feel like there might have been a better road to it on the backhand now. As we see, yeah, just a little bit firm again. Hard to get enough swing with that weight to get around the orange at the front and then get under the next orange at the back of the rink. 3 shots it is, 4 shots it is to Illawarra. They do have a toucher in the ditch. That's almost directly behind those 3. Well, Sue's got some credits in the bank there. She's played that one a bit big. So we can see the purple toucher that's in the ditch there. That belongs to Illawarra. And then purple, black, and the purple and white are all Illawarra bowls as well. So holding a good 4 live. We'll see what hand Katie Astley opts to play here. I was saying I rather prefer the backhand, but I'll see what Katie chooses. Lining up forehand here. Has to be good weight to get around this front orange and get under this one at the back. Get through it is okay. Well, let's change things up. No toucher there of Seymour. That's the one that's gone into the ditch. And now what's that done? Is that given a shot to Metro Northwest? I feel whether it has or it hasn't, the orange bowl's got to go. If you're Kay, big board's starting to get away from you a little bit. And if she can bump that orange bowl through into the pit and stay, she'll get back to holding 4. Okay, just ran round past the whole lot there. So for Katie, well, probably only just needs a little bump on that orange to ensure that that will be number 1, if it's not already. But to get up to it a little turn might be favourable. So she'll sting to the forehand here. Won't need quite so much weight. For a roll or two out of the orange. Get down underneath. You can draw it herself if she was good enough. The speed wasn't too far off. I think if you can, you've got to try to go this orange bowl out. Well, she's on a fair sort of a track. She's got some touches here at the front too. Got that one, got the orange bowl, which has stayed up at the back of the rink. Favourite's going to be 1 to Illawarra with the toucher in the ditch. Well, we're going to have a good look here. So, there's a toucher in the ditch for Illawarra. There's the orange bowl up on the bank for Metro Northwest. It's a fiddly measure, this one. So while that's going on, I'll remind everybody we've got mixed pairs qualifying coming up very soon, so get your entries in today. You can head to the event page on the Bowls New South Wales website and click enter here. It'll bypass all the search functionality and you can get in for what is going to be a great competition. Record entries last year, over 40s pairs qualifying also coming up in August. I've got my entry in. Chris Jones and I will be in action somewhere in southeast New South Wales. And the big one, rookie singles and pairs qualifying. So enter today. That's looking like massive fields are going to be there. 2 shots it was in the end to Illawarra. So well done, Kay. She's not going to go away here, Kay Moran. So 15 shots to 10k is leading Katie Astley. Big board though, Metro Northwest with the ascendancy. And I'm just keeping my eye out the window to see what's going on around the other rinks so I can update the boards as they're turned over. So 17-4 next door after 14 ends have been completed. And 15-12 is the score on the Diane Davis rink. Moran's been vocal with her praise there. Janelle Jordan. So 11 shots the margin here on the master board. Another good effort there from Janelle. Seymour, she's looked really likely all game. This looks pretty likely too. Well, sliding past. Illawarra had a couple of really good catches there. As we welcome in for the first time today, Andrew Lynn. Andrew, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Nick. Try that again.
Oh,
Yep, there we go. Some volume.
Some volume is required. Well, you've been running around, you've been giving your vocal cords a little rest this morning, but you've joined us at a great time here.
Well, not if you're an Illawarra local like I am.
Well, Moran, I can tell you, is not going to go away without a big fight here. She's played some absolute stunners.
And she's keeping good pace too, unlike Kay normally.
Well,
Little run from Sue Moore. You've got my cheat sheet.
I've got your cheat sheet. That was Jan, of course.
It was Jan Anlezark with the black.
Yeah, with the black bowls, yes.
And the purple and white. Who
they are Sue Moore's bowls, so I was almost going to give you some credit there. So yes, it's
so two there. So Kay Moran has got a bit of a chance here to try and sit that bowl through. Can she go quick on her backhand? She has to go fairly quick to get under there. She will be looking for, looks like she's going to line up backhand. Probably 6 to 8 feet away. Just try and get underneath and push that one through and stay.
Well, chance to play it either hand really. But as you suggested.
Yeah, the forehand, you probably got more chance to push it onto the wall. She is going forehand.
Oh, this is the left-handed backhand, Andrew.
Oh, yes. Can't get it off that one, but just going to get the gap.
Yeah, I tend to. I think the other side of the rink's got a few more opportunities, but equally, Cameron's got a few more state titles than you and me put together.
And international. State, national, international. She's won a couple of, might have even won something in Scotland.
It's been a great player for a long, long time, Kay.
It'd be sad to see her go from our region, but good to see her working at Tarrant Point.
Katie Astley, she's had the game face on today. She's been asked to play some big bowls here, Andrew, as well, and has continued to deliver under significant pressure. This one a little bit easier for her. Give that last bowl a friend. Finish pass, gets the tee. That's really well done.
Oh, I think that's 2. And more importantly, for Metro Northwest, pretty hard to get rid of both of them.
Well, the indication from Sue Moore was it was only one.
Fooled by the angle of the camera again.
Yeah, that's easy to do. The white bowl of Sue Moore is favoured for second. But the risk is now playing the same hand as she did the first instance, the left-handed backhand, is if she gets down under it and gets her own out, she will be 2 down. So
yeah, well, the toucher onto the jack is not a good result either.
No.
Really playing for one shot now. Just depends on whether she can stand it up underneath on her forehand side.
Yeah, a little forehand plant here on the left-handed forehand. Coming down right side of the screen. Sit and stay. Punch the black bowl through.
First time we played Northwest since day 2 of the men's senior.
When you say we,
The players out there. We, as in the collective competitors and administrators in this event over the last week. The first 2 days of the men's and women's, we've played east-west on this green. So I'm not really sure if there's any tricks in this green or any slight differences.
no, it seems to have been pretty good. I think Jen Anlezark has looked tight, but I think she's got a pretty tight set of bowls as well. There's not been a lot of turn from her.
I did notice over the last couple of days that the clubhouse side of this rink going the opposite direction, the east-west, the clubhouse side was a little bit tighter, but I think that's because you can see that shadow now receding over. So it was just holding a little bit more moisture, a little bit slower, a little bit tighter.
Nicely bright sunshine and a chance here for Katie Astley. Well, just good confident draw weight.
Arrive onto the toucher, just roll it once, go with it, you can make 3 shots.
Underneath is a good result here too.
Wants to be wider.
Well, no damage with that speed. And 1 shot is all that's claimed. 1 shot is all that's conceded. So Katie Astley within 4 on this rink, but Metro Northwest out to a 12-shot margin. And Andrew, you're an experienced campaigner in these sort of events. 12 shots, it's not insurmountable.
No. And that's, in this sides format, 12 shots can be gone in 20 minutes. But it does take 2 of the rinks at least to get a couple of counts. I do recall a few pennant side matches where I've looked at the big board and thought, oh, we're 10 or 12 behind here, this is not good. Picked up a couple of counts of 1 or 2, and the other 2 rinks have done the same, and all of a sudden we were in front. It was sort of like, oh, we're back to even, and then we won another end or 2 and looked over again, and we were 15 in front. So we went from 10 or 12 behind to about 10, 12, 15 in front in half an hour. Only took 3 or 4 ends on each rink, and bang, done. But it does mean you need to score and not have your opposition do some nasty stuff like muck it up on you.
Yeah, scoring in bunches is hard to come by. Particularly in competitions such as this, the standard is so high. So 2 great ones there. Well, Annabelle Teague, she's probably, for a player of her standard, hasn't delivered quite what you'd expect so far, but that's just sort of showing the class of the young star there. Some lovely leading, and her opponent has put her under pressure all day.
Now it's easy to forget that Annabelle still qualified for the younger age bracket of singles, I think, in the junior state champs.
She was eligible for under 15s.
So, still fairly inexperienced.
But as one of the brightest young stars in the sport, she was a deserving recipient of the Commonwealth Games Federation grant. Her and Tim Thorning were able to get some funding support for the Future Stars program.
Yeah, just give them the opportunity to compete in events that they need to for their training and experience. Saylee's first bowl well short. Katie's got a bit more interest in this one. Okay, I might have to go and just go cranky at her. Standing a bit close to that centre line.
experienced campaigner like her, I did give her what for, but well, there's some excitement here. She's certainly getting involved and getting excited. There's a lot riding on her shoulders, you feel here. Okay, she's still holding a lead, but it's getting chipped away.
Well, it's going to be her last game for Illawarra as well, so should they lose. 13 behind, 2/3 of the game gone. It's not in the desperation stakes, but do need to score. Probably need to get that back to halve it in the next 7 or 8 ends, if you can. Yeah. This way you got 21 to get 13 back. You don't want to be trying to get 13 in 10. You bring that down to 5 or 6 needed with 9 ends to go. I think it'd be not too bad. Certainly don't want to mass concede some shots.
Well, we're seeing some attack here from Sue Moore. It's called for. Currently Illawarra down 2 on the head, but they're not going to get a shot unless there's some disturbance there.
Yeah, probably just want to arrive. Problem with that hand is the jack sheltered. If the jack, I think it'll actually squirt out to the left. Just depends on how it bounces.
Yeah, well, a lot to run into here for Sue Moore, and Kay's asked her to go firm at this once again. Well, this looks tight.
Needs a whole lot of love, and it's going to get that one solid. Well, that's actually done a bit of good for Kay. That clears that one off the draw path on what would be Kay's forehand. I'd forgotten she was a left-hander.
Yeah, see, now, yes, the Jason Pinnock will be chuckling on, because I got him hundreds in the fine jar when we were at the state championships saying backhand, and I said, no, the left-handed forehand that'll be. But
I think we just call it left of screen, right of screen.
I won't be invoicing you.
No.
Good luck getting that paid.
Exactly.
I might get a receipt like the one that we had last night. That was going to be hard for our finance team to deal with. We had a beautiful Iraqi meal last night here at one of the great dining establishments in Liverpool.
And the details on the receipt were in Arabic. I got no chance to read it. Katie Astley just underneath. Another good bowl.
Oh,
I think there's an opportunity here for Kay to play out to the right of screen and swing back to the left. Left-hander's forehand.
That's very good.
Easy way, when you're looking at it the other way, if you're a right-hander, your thumb's out on that right-hand side, so it's her forehand, because she's playing backwards to what you are. That's why when you see me sitting there and got my thumb pointing out one way, I'm working out which way I'm playing.
It's an inviting target. There's a lot of bowls to run into there.
Well, there's probably a couple of results. One is to get the little split on those two just to the left.
Well, she's gone quick at it and has missed the whole lot.
I just wonder what she sees that I don't, because I would be a dead certainty to take my own bowl out as clean as a whistle.
Yeah, it feels that's the risk here, but...
And have the albatross tell me, you went too quick at that. Oh no, he'd be saying, oh, you didn't need that much weight.
Well, that's an inviting target, and I can understand why they're playing firm at this.
Could be too that Kay feels that if she plays that forehand side, if the jack springs through, it's not going to go to her.
Well, Let's see what Kay can do. Yeah, last bowl, down a couple.
It's closer.
Well, it's spat the jack over. And Sue Moore is waiting.
Well, maybe that's what she saw. 2 shots.
And Sue Moore is claiming 2. Well,
that is either absolute genius or go and buy a lottery ticket. One of the two. Or a bit of both.
Well, as you say, Kay's got us both covered in terms of titles at the big stage. She played a cracker there, and what it's done is it keeps the Illawarra hopes alive. 11 down here, 20 ends to shoot. I agree with you, Andrew, though. That wasn't the way that I would have drawn it up, but...
Yeah, you get a slightly different perspective on the green as looking from the board metres away.
From the boardroom.
From the boardroom, yes. A few people out and about watching. Not a bad way to spend a Monday. Better than being stuck in the office at work. Instead, we're stuck here at work, mate.
Well, as you say, there's worse things to be doing.
So, people loving watching the Bowls New South Wales stream on our YouTube page. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to join us again in a couple of days' time, Thursday. I'm sure Nick's already given it a plug. There it is, round 11. All 12 sides will be here at Cabra Bowls. 1 o'clock start, 5:30 for the second round, or second half of games. Or should I say the second 2/3 of games? 2 games on at 1.
Yes, there's a split start time for this. So there's a few at lunchtime, there's a few in the evening.
And the 1 o'clock game, Maryland's Magic up against Cabramatta Bullants. Maryland's looking to complete the round-robin phase of the play with an undefeated record, whereas the Cabramatta Bullants were the defending premiers, cruised through last season in impressive fashion. They lose that one, they'll be staring down the barrel of missing out on the finals altogether.
Yes, so the finals will be Friday and Saturday, also here at Cabramatta. So do make sure that you like, follow, subscribe all the Bowls New South Wales social media channels. That'll keep you up to date. Saylee Jones, she's got a touch on the jack, but it's gone back to Illawarra. It's a big weekend coming up, Andrew. You'll be, of course, all around it.
General Dog's Body score input system updater. Just making sure things go smoothly. I may not use the voice box at all over the weekend. Just depends on how people go.
Well, Jason Pinnock will be in the chair again on the weekend, so make sure you're tuning in. Well, which should be a fantastic conclusion to season 2 of Platinum Pennant. Mighty effort there from Saylee. She's just starting to find her range a little bit more frequently now. And see more confident draw. Get another one in the head, please.
Well, Jason Pinnock, he's Triple M, so he's obviously here. The male model from McLean.
Well,
I suppose if you want to give me one of those, I'd have to be Triple B. That'd be the big buffhead from Bangalow. Although it is, only about 37 years since I lived there.
I won't try to find one with lots of D's in it. Dapdo.
Well, yeah, play bowls there, so.
Well, big chance of trying this jack here. It's rattled around.
I can't even think of two other words to start with J to get you from Jindabyne. Nothing that we could say here anyway. Unless we called you the gym junkie from Jindabyne, but can't really see you doing that.
That's Jim GYM, is it? The gym junkie?
I was going to start a bar called The Gym, because most people start the new year saying they spend more time at the gym. Anyway, back to the bowls. That's enough rubbish.
I'm sure there'll be a bit more. It's better set up now. I think, yeah. There was a request there from Jan, I think, to play the backhand. It'll turn through Saylee Jones at the front's okay. Get down to the black bowl at 9 o'clock.
You know, it's still not super quick, so that reaching shot's a good option.
Well,
a little bit of pinball.
Yeah, ricochet rabbit, but what it's done once again is it's given Moran about a 5-bowl target. And given what we saw on the last end, she might fancy herself to have a ping at this. She's stopping to enthuse her troops. And say, come on now. Tend the margin on the big board. For Kay, there's nothing really out the back though. So it does want to go with it. That's what's she's being approached with. Wants that to get down now. Get down hard. Well, that has improved things. That black bowl that's gone through was an Illawarra bowl. And it may only be one now, Andrew. What do you like? Saylee still second shot with the blue bowl.
Yeah, I think so. I was distracted a moment. I was giving Kira a quick lesson in changing various. I did up a sheet to sort of predict who's going to finish where in the platinum.
Oh, yes.
And you just put in the points scored by one of the sides and it'll adjust the live ladder for you. So it shows you who could finish where.
Well, still so many permutations with just one round to play. Katie Astley, she's really close here. Well, parked another one right up near it. Got a little touch.
Well, there's 6 sides fighting it out for the 5 final spaces. And there's 4 sides nervously watching the results to make sure they don't end up bottom 2 relegation zone. So there's only 2 that really, they can't make finals and won't finish bottom 2.
Yeah, so we know that Marylands are safe. That's the only thing that we can say with any certainty, Dawes, that they will finish first. Everything else is still up for grabs.
Well, even Tarrant Point, they can
escape relegation.
They can.
It'd be a mighty escape, but
they would need to score maximum points and have a big win. But they can get there. And I'll tell you what, I wouldn't put it past with some of the players they do have at their disposal. Any side with Ray Pearce and Dave Axon in it.
Well, they were very good yesterday. I was watching their game against South East.
Okay. Is it going to get down?
Well,
going to be close.
Jeez, I like it, Andrew. Wow, mighty effort.
Has she done it? Oh, I don't know.
Jan looking to see if Katie's got any more bowls. There might be a discussion that this doesn't get played.
Well, the Metro Northwest certainly have striking shirts. Nice when they get their matching jackets. But utilising some of the old zone uniforms to phase in the new ones, so that's not too bad.
Now, I've come around to it. There was a bit of a comment about Metro Northwest's uniform, the stained glass window, but I quite like it now after sitting here, and it's a bit more subtle in person than it looks on the stream as well. So there's some subtle shading on the back of the jersey, and I'm coming around to it. I think when they get their jackets and hoodies done up, they're going to look. They could be best dressed.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. There's a bit of a relief pattern on it.
So Katie is going to play this one, and I favour just pretty conservative weight. You know, if you're good enough to flum a side toucher here, well done. Otherwise, if you finish a little bit short, that's okay too. We do believe that she has one shot currently. It's a bit more aggressive than I thought she would have been playing it. And what's happened there? Saylee Jones was right in front of our camera. Well, it's moved. And
Claiming half a shot. He got half a finger up. One to Metro Northwest. That big board is staying a little bit too far to the north for Illawarra.
Yeah, it's starting to become a bit of an issue. I'll make sure all our other rinks are up to date in just a moment.
Yeah, we need a camera angle, mate. It's a little bit of few buttons to press in between ends, isn't there? Oh, great start from Annabelle Teague. This is where you really want to just start putting the pressure down, and she's done that pretty well. Okay, so on rink 16, it's now 17 ends played, 5 to 20. So it's 1 to Leanne Smith and 2 to Sam Ferguson. And on rink 17, it's now 12-18 after 16 ends. So there's 2 singles to Natalie Lewis, which gives us a 14-shot buffer after 49 on the big board. Much easier with 2 people getting that update, isn't it? And on the other game, it's now 41-47 after 51.
Yeah, I just updated that for all our viewers. So we've got the rolling scoreboards underneath the master board there, so you can catch up with all the action from the remaining semi-final matches. We'll be bringing you, of course, this afternoon, the men's interregion championship. We're going to be bringing you the Clash of the Titans. Whoever it's going to be, there's 4 amazing sides left in that men's draw, and good luck finding a winner. This is good here, Saylee Jones. They're starting to play some bowls here. Metro Northwest. Moran still valiantly holding on to a lead, but damage is being done on the next two rinks, Sam Ferguson and Nat Lewis. Really doing a number on this Illawarra squad.
Saylee just going to be slightly under the line here. He's a bit of a nuisance for the Illawarra, just slightly in the way, but you really want to come just underneath it. Well, that's the bowl that I said, but she got the outside. I think she'd have been too wide anyway for the target. They're starting to chase shots, Illawarra, and that's when sometimes you play a shot that maybe has a slightly lower percentage of success, and you give away a few, and things get even further away from you. Well, might have been a fortunate little knock to not get the toucher then.
Well, it's wound up in a pretty handy home with where the jack's likely to spill out to, Andrew. I feel as though that's a reasonable catcher there for Metro Northwest.
Get that slow movement of that camera good, mate. It's not too badly pointed from Sue. Just not quite got the speed she needed.
So, Katie Astley saying we do have one. So, that one must be Saylee Jones, because right next to it is the black lead bowl of Karin Balmforth. So we just see Anlezark there. She's just bumped into the front. That's sort of fattened the target up a little bit here for Sue Moore to probably be a little bit more positive at this, a little bit more direct. A chance to turn her own through. There's blue onto blue here. There's a hole, there's a squeak, there's a slide. Wow. Hasn't quite gone in favour of Illawarra there, but they've still got some options, still got some catches. Linda Renoff agrees with me that Metro Northwest are the best dressed from the sea of blue. There's a few blue uniforms, and it's nice to see some diversity. No blue uniforms here, though. Of course, Illawarra with the traditional red, white, and the cyan that was the ladies' colour prior to our new regions. Katie Astley here, well, she's a chance to really put the pressure on if she can get another one just sort of around the back. Really take out any opportunity for that jack to go sailing back. Probably just left it only a foot or two underdone. So you see Kay studying this. She just had a look over at the big board, and you can see why 14 shots currently the margin. It was neck and neck for for the first third of the game, this middle third, we're seeing an acceleration from Metro Northwest. They've started to show their class, put their foot down a little bit. K is only one down here, but those one downs need to become one ups, and those one ups need to become 3 or 4 up, really. And well, you can see that's the sort of the thought process of K. Probably looking really for a kill with that sort of speed. Chance that the jack will spill out all the way to the left-hand side of the screen. Jenny Hepburn saying Metro Northeast stood out too, and yes, they did. Though it was a very different design, lots of white still, but some purple and green, and I thought they did look good. So great to see a lot of the new uniforms. Southeast with their new uniform was a vast improvement over the former Zone 7 uniform, which was not my favourite. You see Katie, she's chucked mine right out to try to get to the back of the rink out near the peg there. Now you can see why. Came around, she sort of shown her colours there. I said I'm going to attack this, and the only place that jack might have stayed in bounds was right out near the peg. A bit closer here. More than a bit closer. She's much closer. How much and where's it going? To the back of the rink. Indication from Sue Moore is that there's still one down. And yes, one shot it is to Metro Norwest and Team Astley. So 17 ends completed in this match. Four shots the margin on this rink as Teague now. She's going to get us underway. Metro Northwest looking to come and sweep Illawarra. She started well. She's starting to really find her range here, Annie Teague. And came around, she's staying so positive here. Annabelle on the mat with the brand new shoes, as I've suggested. They're flashing fluorescent white. And yeah, she's finished a good home there. Starting to get really unlikely here, one feels, for Illawarra. They're going to need a couple of big collects simultaneously. It's okay, yeah, she's calling some positive results here. Looking to find a number. With 10 ends to go. Oh, that was nicely done. Makes shot. Jan Anlezark. With 10 ends to go here. It's now out to 16. So one feels might be just a little more, a bridge too far. We've seen this rink particular, the Illawarra side, they've looked ultra competitive. Damage being done next door. Sam Ferguson, 21-5 with 3 ends to play over Leanne Smith. And once again, good confident call here though from Kay. They're trying to find multiples. They're trying to find a shot. Sit out. Jan Anlezark's bowl. Get down to the jack. Probably a bit quick from Seymour. She did start at the back of the rink though, Sue, which you just never know. Might come in handy. She's been having a good time here. The third, Jan Anlezark. Always a smile on her face. As Skip's now approaching the mat. Katie Astley. Chance to really put this one to bed here with a good collect. The other rinks have done their job. Jan's got in the road again. Oh, Katie. It's a fine effort. It could well be second shot. Now, Kay wants to get back, get all the way down to this jack. Grab that jack and touch it across. Well, that's all it's done is disadvantage the Illawarra side there. I reckon it'll be 2 now to Astley and Metro Northwest. That's the indication from Jan. Jack high bowl, the one to beat. Jack movement though is, needs to be avoided here if you're Katie. Yeah, and Astley going to come and have a better squeeze here. She may not have been getting the information that she really wanted. I came around the other day, she asked a question and the answer didn't answer her question, so she immediately put her bowl down and went and had a look. And at this stage of the match, you're a chance here, Metro Northwest, to put this to bed. Scores are possible, but in a team sides match. Chasing 2 and over for 10 ends. Very, very hard at this level. Well, Katie's close here. Wants to slip underneath. And has done so. Well, that's a magnificent bowl. And what she's done with that too, she's taken away the left-handed forehand trail that Kay had been looking for, and well, here comes Kay Moran now. So you see Kay just pointing at that wing bowl. Moran did suggest it might come in handy. So it seems as though she's had her mind made up. So there still is potentially a 3 if she can get the jack going to the back of the ring. Gets the jack down to that black bowl at 7 o'clock. Well, Kay's gone and clipped a few out. Didn't see that. Very quick there to signal, so we'll wait and see what that goes up as on the board. But it was another collect there for Metro Northwest, so they're looking to run away with this one. Well, there we go. Just go trail the jack into the ditch with your first. Why not? That's a way to get the scoreboard moving. Didn't quite make it all the way to the ditch, but that's a little misfire from Karin Balmforth. Chance was given there, Karin, to trail the jack. Once again into the ditch. Saylee, well, with the jack where it's situated, I reckon there's going to be plenty of bowls that are going to go up onto the bank here. One shot it is to Illawarra. The black bowl's a toucher, but this one's going to go as well. So it's 1, 2, 3 already up on the bank. Saylee here. Oh, she's banged up one of her own. It's Annabelle Teague coming up. Janelle being asked, you can run it in as well. Chance through the black. The black is the toucher. Well, there we go. Anlezark. Well, that's going to secure this end for Metro Northwest. One feels she's gone and plopped right in, basically on top of it. So the only opportunity here for Illawarra is this black bowl here is a toucher. See if that can be bumped in. Well, Sue Moore, she's got the black ball, but she's got the wrong edge of it. And so now with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the up on the bank there, there's 2 touches in the ditch. This is largely a drawing exercise now. I think even if Sue Moore was good enough to draw to right to the lip of the rink, it may not be close enough with Anlezark parked basically on top of it. So Katie Astley on the mat. Should be looking to draw. Get something close, put some pressure on. Very hard here for Kay. And very hard here for Illawarra to do much about this. It's been really valiant effort from Kay Moran and her rink, but Metro Northwest really showing some class. Take things away. Well, that's turned up Sue Moore. Probably going to be 2 seconds now, but nothing you can do about that bowl in the ditch. So you can see Jan just saying, well, draw us one close. If you can, please, Katie. for K now. Can she pull off a miracle? That's just going to be a fraction quick. And one shot it was to Metro Northwest. So with 2 ends to play, Katie Astley trails by just the solitary shot here. And as I look across the rinks, 16 shots to 25 on the far rink after 20 completed ends. As that jack's gone into the ditch. And 7 shots to 22 to Leanne Smith. So with 4 ends to go, while it is mathematically possible, this game is all but completed. Yeah, Andrew Lynn saying last end. I tend to agree. Annabelle Teague, well, she's done a job today. Has played very admirably. Been given a good tussle here from Karin Balmforth. She's been good for the Illawarra, coming off the bench. This is good again here, Annie Teague. Yeah. Bright stuff. So there's 24 shots required with 4 ends available. It is mathematically possible, but as Andrew Lynn suggested, we think this will be the last end of this contest. The players will shake hands, and Metro Northwest will be progressing through to this afternoon's final. In the other match, there's only 5 shots in it, 61 ends completed, 51 to Newcastle, 56 Metro Southwest. So that one could still go either way. Well, it's never say die here from K Moran. See if you can find me an 8. See if you can find me a score. I'll get the edge off that. That'll be number 1. Well, the girls are having a good chuckle at the back of the rink. And Katie's asked for some positive weight here. Get to the jack, get to the shot bowl. Oh, a little slide there. Probably just didn't quite have the weight. Has sort of blocked that up a little bit now. So plenty of excitement next door. Newcastle need to pick up 5 shots in the last couple of ends. We see here Jan get through Saylee would have been good. Well, we've got 2nd, 3rd and 4th now. 5th probably. They may have the next 5 here, Metro Northwest. And with the scoreboard where it is, it feels as though this might be steaming towards a conclusion. They've shaken hands next door. That contest is over. Well, it's given Jan a better view of that jack. Final scores. Next door, 22-10. So Leanne Smith did her job on the last 10, found a 3, but perhaps too little too late. And unless there's a good collect for Illawarra on both the remaining rinks, we won't see the last end played. Stayed up at the back, that was alright. So what are we going to see here at the end from Katie Astley? She'll be playing to win, no doubt. She can still win this rink, and that might be of some importance to it. Trailing only by 1 now. Oh, she's in a pretty fair area. Well, she's got the jack. Squeezed it to the back of the rink. And what that will do is make any score for Illawarra quite hard to come by. So players shaking hands over on the far rink. I trust they'll do the right thing and put the scores up for me. We're seeing Kay here. She'll want to finish this really strongly. This is a great bowl from Kay. She's number 1. And for Katie Astley, chance to draw, get down there. She'll take a rink draw, but she'll take an overall big board win, as it looks very likely that it's going to be, well, she didn't like that one, as it looks very likely it's going to be a comprehensive victory in the end to Metro Northwest. Kay's going to play her final bowl. She's won this rink. She's won our hearts. She's won our minds. This is her last game for Illawarra region. It was 2 to Metro Northwest on the final end on the far rink. It's going to be 2 here. And the players will shake hands. Yep. 2 to Illawarra, 2 to Moran. She's victorious in this contest. 19 shots to 16. The girls are having a hug. The girls are having a cuddle. They've had a great game. We've been absolutely privileged to bring you these pictures at the first ever women's inter-region. It's going to be Metro Northwest through to our final, and they are going to be taking on Metro Southwest, who have knocked off Illawarra 57 shots to 53. So a really, really great contest there. We look forward to bringing you more action this afternoon. We're going to be back at a little bit after 1 o'clock here, local time. So make sure that you like, follow, subscribe. Do check or make sure your notifications are turned on. And we look forward to be bringing you the action here from Cabramatta this afternoon with the men's inter-region final. Until then, on behalf of Andrew Lynn and all the Bowls New South Wales team, my name has been Nick Hind. We look forward to catching up with you